Well, that's interesting because on that very subject, I told you he went off at half-time, Erling Haaland, which is why he was asked about it. Pep Guardiola has said this to the club media about Erling Haaland. He didn't feel comfortable. The reason why, he's played so many games. I didn't speak with the doctors. I don't know exactly what he has. Fatigue. He said, I don't feel comfortable. And at 3-0, with a lot of games to come with Omar Mamouche, it was common sense. What do you make of that?
Agreed, yeah, common sense. 3-0 up, you've won the game. If you've got any doubts about your star player, bring him off, wrap him in cotton wool. You know, they play Salford at the weekend in the FA Cup. Does he have to play in that? They'll beat Salford without Erling Haaland. So if you... Any concerns...
So you can have 10 days off
10 days off, perfect. What a lovely little break that is to then head into the last sort of third of the season with all guns blazing. So, yeah, I mean, it all depends on whatever tests they're going to run and everything else. But if he feels any form of fatigue, then this is the time to give him a break.
Yeah, it's perfect timing, especially in respects of Mamouche's return. He obviously returned a little bit before the African Nations, gone there, done very, very well, came back, played very well for City. So it is perfect timing to give him a rest because Mamouche is in form. So he will give you a different dimension and play a different way. But it's all positives, I think. If you can rest the big man and, like Mo said, wrap him in cotton wool, I would do it as well. Yeah, because if you can get him fresh for what they hope is the run-in, still very much in the Champions League as well, of course, that's important, is it? Because while Mamouche was away, he has had to take part in every single Premier League game so far. Yeah, not just the Premier League games, all of them, weren't they, really? I think it's the most games he's played for City at this part of the Premier League season in terms of especially staying fit. So he's done that very, very well. But fatigue will kick in at some point. And it's not always physical. Sometimes it's just mental. I think people forget mentally how tough it is being a footballer and especially playing in like a Pep team when there's so much instruction, so much little details. You're always thinking constantly. So, yeah, the rest for me, it couldn't have come at a better time. And also, particularly for Erling Haaland, because a lot of people said he carries the entire goal-scoring burden. However, since they signed Antoine Semenyo with another goal tonight, that is 5 in 8 games to start his Manchester City career. He was efficient at Bournemouth when he got in those areas, and he's come across to Man City and he's just kind of just carried on again, like he's at the same place. I think I really enjoy watching him. He reminds me of a very old school type of winger. He's not interested in, like, he's finished here, he's just in the right areas, but he's not interested in showboating. He either wants to get a shot off or he wants to get a cross in, and I think for people like Haaland and the attackers that are in the box, it's beneficial because you know he's not going to cut, he's not going to chop. When he gets that space, the ball's coming, so you can make your run straight away, Mo.
Exactly that, yeah. No, it's... he's good. I mean, listen, I'm sitting here thinking, if Haaland is... If there's any doubt... I mean, I'll just rest him anyway. Why wouldn't you just rest him anyway?
We've got Mamouche in form, Semenyo in form, Foden back tonight.
Even if he's not saying... Even if he says, do you know what, I'd like to play and get on the score sheet and, you know, play against Salford and score a couple of... If I was the manager, I'd say no. No. You played half a game today. Let's have a good, few days off. Then we'll start building you back towards this big run-in. This is a huge time of the year, absolutely huge. All the games are going to be really important, pressurised, Champions League, the chasing Arsenal down for the title. We need you in great form. Even if you want to play against... I'm taking the decision as the manager. You shouldn't. And, as I say, regardless of what the doctors say, what Haaland says, what anybody says, if I was Pep Guardiola, I'd just give him a break now.
Got a cup final to play as well already. Listen, all they could do is ask Arsenal a question tomorrow, and they've done that. They've gone within 3, and it's over to Arsenal away at Brentford now.
That's the best way to play when you're chasing. I think you have to play to make them make a mistake or for them to slip or crack first. And they went away to Liverpool, which was a tough game. Now they've played Fulham before Arsenal play. Now it's over to Arsenal, and Arsenal have to go to a tough place and try and do a very professional job. And anything but a win from them, there's your first slip-up. And then the gap's a little bit smaller again, and then you can just keep creeping. Because effectively, if they draw a couple of games, it could be like what happened a few years ago, where 2 games they drew, or 3, and they lost the title. It can happen again. They don't necessarily need to lose.
OK, elsewhere season for him, let's hear from his manager. Here he is, Pep Guardiola.
Pep, congratulations. Extremely good first 45 minutes, which won the game for you, really.
Top, yeah. And the second half was not that because they make a step up. They were more aggressive, and after that, but we then, yeah, in general, really good. And the first half, I completely agree with you. So we were in one of our best by far.
That 1 minute which separated Harry Wilson's opportunity from O'Reilly's goal was a crucial one, really.
Yeah, it was. But before the 1-0, we have 2 or 3 chances before, and yeah, we cannot expect Fulham. So I saw the game in Old Trafford that won for the goal Sesko in the 94, and I saw many games how good they are. So I spoke a lot these days, yesterday, especially today, to the guys. Said, "Oh, you believe, ready to suffer and apply every single movement what you have to do. Otherwise, it happened what would happen in Fulham, in London, that they are able with 5-1 make 4-4, 5-4, and we are not able to control because Berger, the build-up with Leno, when everyone have a good process, and but the first half was outstanding in the terms of what we want to be.
In the build-up to that second goal, which Nico took very well, Joachim Andersen clattered Erling, and he didn't reappear for the second half. Is he injured?
Having Eagles. He didn't feel comfortable, and of course, listen, it's a lot of games. So the human beings and the way here in this country, the game is being played. So it's more fatigue, more contacts, more anything. So at the end, the human beings have a limit, you know. And look, Cucurella is injured, right? Do you know why?
Go on.
1,000 million games. So no secrets.
Have a chat, though, about what happened at Villa Park tonight. Glenn Murray watched his old side Brighton lose 1-0 to Villa. The goal in the 86th minute, an own goal from Jack Hinshelwood. Did the best team win that game, Glenn? Did his old side Brighton lose 1-0 to Villa? The goal in the 86th minute, an own goal from Jack Hinshelwood. Did the best team win that game, Glenn?
Probably not. I think Villa got away with one this evening. They were lacklustre and sloppy. Everything I expected them not to be honest. I expected them to burst onto the game and really kind of take the game by the scruff of the neck, especially being at home against what is an underconfident Brighton side. They didn't. Brighton were probably the better of the two sides, and they'll feel hard done by from coming away. I mean, the story of the game literally is Villa one shot on target. And obviously won the game. 3 points behind City, still in the title race. Found a way, and that's what you often do when you're at that end of the table. And they did this evening, under par, but got 3 points, and that's all that matters. As far as Brighton are concerned, Fabian Hürzeler needed a reaction from his men after Sunday, after losing 1-0 to Crystal Palace. And I feel he got that today. They look like a group of players that are very much playing for their manager. Thought their performance, there was a lot to take for it. A little bit unfortunate to leave Villa Park with nothing. But listen, he'll take that performance and the positives out of that. And Villa is still in the title race. Still in the title race, 6 points behind Arsenal. But we should be keeping them in the conversation, yeah? I think it would be disrespectful not to be honest, Jules. Yeah, I mean, listen... Arsenal need to slip up for City to catch them. So if they slip up, I mean, Villa keep the pace. That's only 3 points behind. As far as I'm concerned, in a title race, outside contenders, but definitely in the race. Yeah, and after the FA Cup game against Newcastle at the weekend, they've got Leeds, and then they go to Wolves. So 2 of the teams down towards the bottom for Villa next up. And as you see there, on to 50 points. 6 behind the leaders Arsenal, who have that game in hand, which is that game tomorrow away to Brentford. And we saw James Milner. We've been waiting for this, haven't we, Glenn? James Milner getting the chance to level Gareth Barry's all-time Premier League appearance record, and he did it tonight a little earlier than we maybe expected. Yeah, he did. He got about 60 minutes, 70 minutes, James Milner tonight, and he was good when he came on. He really was in a Brighton shirt. He bossed that midfield. He was tenacious like you expect him to. He kept the ball. He dictated while he was on there, and it was, I think it was a nice touch for him, and it was always going to happen at Villa Park, one of his former homes, to come on and equal that record. And I have no doubt that before the end of the season, he will surpass it and become the record holder. Could even do it in 10 days' time.